Students goes to discuss about nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, it is from the ectoderm. Germinal cells of the ectoderm, entire the nervous system present in our body, it is derived from the ectoderm layer. Next, student, nervous system shows some amount of the properties of excitability and conductivity. Conductivity, excitability, these are the two properties shown by the nervous system present in the body. Okay, next, entire the nervous system that consists of two types of cells. One is the neuron, these are the functional cells of the nervous system, and conduct impulse conducting cells in the nervous system. Next, second one is neuroglia. Neuroglia are non-conducting cells, and these are supporting cells of the nervous tissue. Next, students, in this first one, what about the neurons? Neurons are the first type of the cells. Impulse conducting cells. Student, impulse is conducted throughout the length of the neuron, length of the nerve. Okay, that one is the impulse is passes throughout the length of the nerve fiber or neuron in the form of the action potential or electrical potential. Okay, next, these are the functional units of the nervous system. These are the neurons considered as functional units of nervous tissue. Next, electrically excitable cells. These are electrically excitable cells. Receive stimuli from the outer surrounding environment. These are the neurons receive nervous stimuli receive impulses in the form of the electrical impulse, electric potential or the action potential. So these are called electrically excitable cells. And receive and conduct impulses. Receive impulses, receive stimuli in the form of the impulses, and at the same time that one is the impulse is conduct through its body, through its cell. So receive impulse and the conduct impulse. Information is conducted throughout the length of the neuron in the form of the impulse. Receive impulse, conduct impulse. Neuron is stimulated, and at the same time electric disturbance or action potential produces and travels along its plasma membrane. Student, when the neuron is stimulated and one type of the action potential or electrical disturbance is generated, okay, at the membrane of the neuron, that one is also, that is the action potential is produces, and at the same time that is travels along its plasma membrane. Next, neuron consists of cell body and dendrites. Dendrites are many in number. Cell body is single, okay, and single axon. Student, it is the cell body, it is the axon, single axon, and students, dendrites, many dendrites, these are the dendrites. Okay. Next, first one about the cell body. What about the cell body? Cell body that is also called cyton, soma, pericardion. Okay, cell body is called cyton, soma, pericardion. Next, student, cell bodies occurs in the gray matter of the central nervous system. Which are the parts of central nervous system? Central nervous system is constitutes with brain and spinal cord. Okay, cell bodies occurs in gray matter of the central nervous system. Spinal cord and the brain shows two types of the matters. One is the gray matter and the one is the white matter. the part of the gray matter that consists cell bodies of the neuron. Okay, remaining parts of the neuron such as dendrites and the axon is not present in the gray matter of the central nervous system. Gray matter of central nervous system that consists cell body. Next, student, cytoplasm. Abundant amount of the cytoplasm present at the region of the cell body consists of mitochondria, Golgi bodies, rough endoplasmic reticulum. RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are also called Nissl bodies, helps in protein synthesis. Next, large nucleus. Student, it is a large shape nucleus. Next, nucleolus, distinct nucleolus is also present in the cytoplasm. Neurofibrils, these are fine microfilaments formed by the proteins. These are neurofibrils present in the cytoplasm. Lipofuscin granules, which consist lipid molecules or fat bodies. These are formed by the lysosomes, after the digestion of the lysosomes. Lipofuscin granules, these are appeared in yellowish brown in color. Lipofuscin granules. Next, what is about the nucleus? Student, these are the two definitions are important. Nucleus, group of the cell bodies in central nervous system. Central nervous system which consists group of the cell bodies, that is called nucleus, and group of cell bodies in peripheral nervous system. Group of the cell bodies present at the region of peripheral nervous system is called ganglion. Next, student, what about the dendrites? Dendrites, these are the short, fine, branched process from the cyton. From the part of the cyton, this gives fine, short branches. These are called dendrites, students. These are dendrites. Okay, and dendrites contain Nissl bodies, neurofibrils. Okay, Nissl bodies, neurofibrils present at the region of the dendrites. Okay, next, dendrites conduct nerve impulse towards the cell body. Student, nerve impulse is transmit towards the cell body. Dendrite transmits the nerve impulse or the action potential towards the cell body. Okay, that is important. Next, another last part of the neuron, that is axon. Axon, that is originated from the region of the cyton. Student, it is the axon. It is generated from the region of the cyton. That is, the region is called axon hillock. Okay, and this is a long cylindrical structure. Okay, and student, contain which consist neurofibrils, and at the same time Nissl bodies are absent in the cytoplasm of the axon. Axon that is covered with the plasma membrane is called axolemma. Axon is with the cytoplasm is called axoplasm. Okay, that is, the axoplasm contains neurofibrils and Nissl bodies are absent. Okay, next, it is the axon, student. Axon gives the collateral branches. These are collateral branches. Collateral branches and again gives axon terminals. Okay, student, these are axon terminals, also called telodendria. Student, axon, end part of the axon that gives collateral branches. These are the collateral branches, again gives the axon terminals. Axon terminals also called telodendria. Telodendria or the axon terminal ends with the bulb-like structure that is called synaptic knob. Okay, it is the synaptic knob, student. Synaptic knob that consists synaptic vesicles. Synaptic knob that consists vesicles, small sac-like structures in the inner part called synaptic vesicles. Synaptic vesicles contains chemicals which are called neurotransmitters. These are the neurotransmitters helps in transmits the nerve impulse or the electrical potential into the another neuron, towards the another neuron or to the muscle or muscle fiber by the help of the synapse. Okay, student, what about the synapse? Student, synapse, that means axon. It is the axon transmit nerve impulse to the interneuronal means the space between the two neurons. Okay, axon transmits nerve impulse or the action potential to the interneuronal space or neuromuscular junction, the junction between the one neuron and the muscle fiber, that is called synapse. Okay, student, it is about the synapse. Synapse is the region between the two neurons, junction of two neurons, and synapse is also between the muscle fiber and the last part of the axon terminals of the another neuron. Okay, next, by the help of the neurotransmitters, the action potential is transmitted to the another neuron or the muscle fiber. Next, what is about the tracts and the nerves? Tracts means group of axons in the central nervous system. Group of axons in the central nervous system, that is called tracts. And nerves, what about the nerves? Group of the axons in the peripheral nervous system. Group of axons in the peripheral nervous system, that is called nerves. Okay, student, what about the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system? Central nervous system includes with the brain and the spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, that is includes with nerves from the brain called cranial nerves, nerves from the spinal cord called spinal nerves. Spinal nerves is connected with the internal organs in the body, and cranial nerves connects with the internal organs and sensory organs, sense organs in the body. Okay, this is about the peripheral nervous system. Cranial nervous system includes with the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves, that is called peripheral nervous system. Okay, group of axons in the central nervous system is called tracts. Group of axons in the peripheral nervous system is called nerves. Student, it is the diagram of the multipolar neuron. These are the dendrites, and if you observe cyton, center part shows large nucleus. These are nissal granules, and it is the cell body. Next, student, it is the axon, arises from the axon hillock. Okay, and terminal parts of the axon is called axon terminals. Axon terminal ends with the bulb-like structure called synaptic knobs. Synaptic knob that consists of synaptic vesicles which stores neurotransmitters like acetylcholine. Okay, next, Schwann cells also there. These are the Schwann cells are close contact with the plasma membrane of axon or axolemma. Axolemma, it is close contact with the Schwann cells. Schwann cells are the glial cells or the supporting cells of the nervous tissue. Student, these are the Schwann cells forms the myelin sheath. Student, it is the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is formed by Schwann cells. Okay, and some of the spaces you observe without the myelin sheath. without the myelin sheath. The type of these spaces are called nodes of Ranvier. Nodes of Ranvier. Student, myelin sheath consists fats and the less amount of the proteins. Okay, and this is the myelin sheath. What is the use of the myelin sheath? It helps in transport of the nerve impulse. Myelin sheath helps in transport of the nerve impulse, conducting of the impulse or the action potential throughout the length of the plasma membrane of the axon more efficiently and quickly. Okay, student? It is about the multipolar neuron.